Hi, I'm Jordan Mathis, and today I'll be talking to you all about the idea of minimalism. A wise person once said, one of the advantages of being born in an affluent society is that if one has any intelligence at all, one will realize that having more and more won't solve the problem, and that happiness does not lie in possessions or even relationships. The answer lies within ourselves. If we can't find peace and happiness there, it's not going to come from the outside. How many of you ever felt like you needed more and more things? Like maybe if you had that one more thing, you'd be happier or more satisfied. But how long does it take for you to feel empty after acquiring this object? If you're anything like me, it doesn't take long at all. For several years, my family and I had to live with simply the items that were in our suitcase. Because we lived overseas for international travel reasons, we couldn't own more than just that. At the beginning, this lifestyle shift was very difficult, but by the end, we began to enjoy it. In this presentation, I'll explain the proposed psychological, social, and physical benefits of an idea called minimalism. For most people, the idea of getting rid of most of their things seems slightly terrifying, but for those who practice this simple lifestyle, they believe that it's worth it. The first set of benefits from minimalism is the psychological benefits. Freeing oneself from the constant desire to acquire more and better things allows your mind to ease up and not have to think about how to work harder to achieve these things. Americans love to always improve, to be better than their neighbor, and to get more comfortable living situations, but not having enough resources to fill these desires can produce stress. The adherents of minimalism believe that releasing these desires for more can actually result in a release of the stress. Focusing on the items already owned helps you to develop an attitude of gratefulness for those tried and true belongings. When people value something, they don't misuse it, they don't throw it away too early, and they try to fix it. Minimalists believe that valuing these items owned instead of simply throwing them away and placing them something else helps produce gratitude, which can produce more psychological well-being. Having less items means less upkeep, which means less stress. We all know the feeling of when something breaks and we have to go get it fixed that day. Having less items to get fixed means having less stress in your life. The adherents of minimalism believe that having less items creates less stress. Although psychological health is an important aspect, most minimalists believe that the social aspect is of equal or more importance. The minimalism is said to promote social health as well. Not owning as many belongings forces people to get into community with the people around them, with their friends or with their neighbors or with their communities in general. If you don't, if a minimalist doesn't own a weed eater, then they have to ask their friend to borrow their weed eater, or they have to ask their neighbor to borrow their hedge clippers. Instead of trying to constantly be autonomous and independent like we do in our American culture, minimalists have to rely on other people in order to get things done that they need to get done. Also, not owning many belongings forces people to leave their homes and hang out with their friends. If we don't have the newest technology or the most fun things in our house, in minimalist house, then you have to reach out to your friends and use social support as your entertainment instead of just using the things in your own home. Now, the next aspect of well-being that comes along with minimalism is one of the most well-known ones, and that's the physical aspects. But the physical benefits of minimalism are plentiful, and that's the ones that most people think of. So, having fewer things produces less mess. There's less things to clean up. There's less things to organize. Children who only own a few toys can only have to clean up their room for 5 minutes as opposed to 30 minutes at the end of the day. And owning less clothing means less laundry. It means less work that you have to do. Having fewer things means less waste. We all know that the landfills are filling, and when less things are owned, then less things are thrown away needlessly. The more things that are produced, the more the environment suffers. And by not buying as many things, we aren't producing as much waste, which can actually help the environment as well. Having fewer things saves money. If there are less things owned, then there's less money spent. The adherents of minimalism believe that you can use this money to do things that you find important instead of constantly trying to buy more and improve more. You can travel. You can reach your financial goals, pay off your house, and be debt free. The minimalists believe that these things are more important than owning as many things as you'd like. Now that I've presented the positive aspects of minimalism to you all, let's review. Minimalists believe that minimalism produces healthy lifestyles, produces psychological health, it produces social health, it also produces physical benefits. Because of the overwhelming messages to buy more and more, and the insatiable desire to better our environments, minimalism is a breath of fresh air for those who are exhausted by the endless desire to own more. Although minimalism might not be for everyone, the ideas behind the lifestyle deepen the understanding of what life should be about. Minimalists examine these principles and align their lives to have a deeper meaning that's more than just simply obsessing over their next purchases. Thank you for listening to me today. Have a great day.